What is up, guys? Welcome back. We're in the garage. My name is Chuck, M3. Today we're gonna flush the brake system. So we're gonna use ATE Type 200. This is the replacement for the Super Blue that they don't sell anymore. Basically a high temp brake fluid, supposed to be decent for the track. This car has Super Blue in it now, so as you'll see later when we flush it, it'll be actually really easy to tell when the new stuff is coming through because the old fluid is blue. Secondly, multiple ways to flush brakes. We're gonna use a power bleeder. These things make it super easy. You don't have to have anybody else with you. Nobody's sitting in the car pumping the brakes. I'll show you how easy it is, and let's go ahead and get to it. All right, so we are flushing the brake system. What does that mean? Basically all the fluid that's in it, we want to get out because it's affected, potentially absorbed water. There might be air in it. It's old fluid, it's used. We want to put fresh fluid into the system. So what that means is basically you have to pump or use the pedal or use some tool to pump the fluid out. Every brake caliper will have a bleed valve on it that basically you can open it, let the fluid drain out. From the master cylinder, there are a bunch of brake lines that run to each corner of your vehicle. When you're doing this type of thing, the idea is you want to do the furthest line or the longest line from the master cylinder first. Some cars it might actually not be what you expect, and might be the passenger left may actually, or passenger left, the driver's side rear may actually be longer than the driver's passenger side rear. Just kind of look it up and see what it is online. I think this car is fairly normal. Passenger rear, driver rear, passenger front, driver front. The master cylinder is on the driver's side front. So basically what we're going to do before we get started is we're starting the rear, so I'm going to take both of the rear wheels off. Car's jacked up, it's on jack stands. Let's get to it. All right, so with your typical brake flush, if you don't have a whole lot of tools, you're gonna need two people. Basically what you're gonna do, find your master cylinder reservoir and basically fill it up with as much brake fluid as you can get in it. Some people like to turkey baster out or suck out what's kind of in there and make sure you don't suck out too much so air gets in the system. You're gonna flush it out anyway, but it just makes it easier. Basically, you're gonna fill it up. Somebody's gonna sit in the car. They're gonna push their foot down when you open the bleed valve. It's gonna push as much fluid out as it can. You're gonna close the bleed valve. They're gonna pull their foot back up, pump it up, make sure there's some pressure. Open the bleed valve, push the foot down, continue on until you have all of the fresh fluid in that line. What we are going to do is use a power bleeder because I don't feel like asking my wife or anybody else to come out here and help me with the car. I'm gonna do it by myself. So what are we gonna do? Basically, this is a power bleeder. As you can see, there's basically a reservoir. It looks like one of those insecticide sprayers or whatever, but there's a pressure gauge on it. We're gonna pour in brake fluid into this reservoir. This side basically has a quick release, so don't get it on your paint because it will ruin your paint. Just wipe that off with something more than my hand, but basically this side has different fitments that you can get for different types of reservoirs. So you can use the same one for a bunch of different cars. So basically we're gonna pour the fluid in, attach this to the top of our brake fluid reservoir, and then pump it up to a pressure. It's gonna keep a constant pressure on the system. It's going to replace what's in here with fluid that's in here, so you're never gonna run out and suck it dry. And it's awesome because you just open the bleed valve, let it keep running until clean stuff comes through, close it, you're good to go. All right, so the master cylinder is charged with pressure from the brake bleeder. You can see these are nice new shiny caliper or rotors, and there's new pads in these calipers. Basically what you're gonna be looking for is this little bleed valve. It should look like a little, almost like nipple-y sort of thing. Sort of see that. Hopefully the lighting is reasonable down here. Basically what you're gonna have is basically a nipple, and there's a small, behind it there's a small, this is actually a 7mm hex pattern, I don't know, bolt, nut, whatever you want to call this. What you're going to do is slide a wrench over it. They do make flared special wrenches for this. For my cases, this will work. You're going to basically slide over the end some sort of piece of tubing so you can kind of see the bubbles and see the flow as this comes out. This should just pop right over like that. So this end you're going to put into a water bottle or something, and you're going to turn this and watch fluid come out. If the previous owner didn't mongo this. All right, so turn it enough and you'll start seeing fluid come out. You may see bubbles come out. We're basically going to watch this run until we see nice clean fluid coming out instead of this blue. This may take a while because it's the first one. It's the longest line, and it has to drain everything that was left in the reservoir. All right, this wheel is done. Put the cap back on. Get your tools and stuff out of the way. Basically, you're done on this side, so you can put the wheel back on. Make sure you torque the rim to the correct manufacturer specs, and then you are done with this wheel. Continue for all 4 others. All right, driver's side rear. Pull the little nipple off. Get your wrench ready. Come on, there we go. Slide on your bleeding tube. Make sure it's tight. This end in the bottle. Repeat. Repeat again. Come on now. Come on now. Oh my God. Come on, dude. All right. This one maybe we can tell a little bit easier. See how blue it is? This one should start to flow fairly clear soon. See the little bubbles coming out? That's good. We want those out. We want no bubbles or junk in our brake lines. All right, let's check it at the reservoir just to be sure. All right, once again, done with this side. Make sure this is snugged up. Not crazy tight, but tight enough. Put the wheel back on. Move to the front. So that's it, dudes. Bleeding brakes is pretty easy. Before Shop Dog runs away, she was feeling sick last week. If you saw on Instagram, put up a picture. She's doing better now. Hey, stay here, stay here. But yeah, bleeding brakes is easy. You can do it. It's much easier with the power bleeder. You can definitely do it with 2 people and not having a power bleeder, but pretty straightforward process. As always, go on the internet and look up and see if there's anything crazy or special about your vehicle, because sometimes car manufacturers do weird things and there's weird processes. For the most part, what I did is kind of the general procedure. I have an attachment for the WRX, my old Miata. I did it on the old E30 I used to have, and pretty much the same thing for all of them. Hope this was helpful. I got a few more things on the task list to take care of. I'm going to go ahead and scratch off the brake fluid flush and take care of all the other fun things we need to take care of. Once again, thanks for watching. Appreciate all you peoples. Hey, stop licking things. If you have a dog that likes to eat weird items, don't let them run around your shop. Don't let them run around your shop because there's weird stuff in the shop and dogs can get sick. Anyway, see you next time. Bye-bye.